tune in.
Welcome to the season premiere of Sideline, where we talk football, the good, the bad, and the ugly from a unique point of view. Welcome to the season premiere of Sideline, where we talk football, the good, the bad, and the ugly from a unique point of view. Holding it down for the ladies, I'm Stacy, quarterback of the Atlanta Ravens.
World champion.
2011.
Nobody's better.
And back for a second season, we have the ultimate fantasy football fan and fanatical Atlanta Falcons fan, Gerard.
That's correct. Big Daddy's in the house. Again, I kicked the other two out. They were getting on my nerves.
Let's jump into the recap. Each week in the recap, we'll look at the previous week's games, but since this is the first week and all we have is the preseason, let's talk about that.
I love games.
Am I the only person that was completely bored with the preseason? I mean, it was the first time that I ever fell asleep during a football game.
That's because you didn't watch the Falcons. I learned a lot this year about our backups and the people that are going to make the team that I did not think were going to make the team.
But I fell asleep on them too.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. More time for me.
Okay, true. Coles, let's talk about Peyton Manning.
Why? He's not playing this year. You heard it here first. He's done.
I think that they are being very tight-lipped about it, but I think it will be a momentum change for not only the Indy fans, but I mean, the prodigal son, we have to wait for him to return.
They're going back to pre-Manning days. They're going to realize that they suck.
With whom? I mean, pre-Manning days, when was that?
That was a long time ago.
Okay.
Before he had that big head helmet in his.
I get looking like that.
He's gone. He's out for the year. Y'all just went from playoff
he's
team.
out for week one.
You're out for the year. You just went from a 12-win team to a sub-8 at 500. I'm telling you, you're done.
We'll see. That's week
Reggie
one.
Wayne wants to get traded to the Falcons.
Oh my gosh. What about Tiki Barber? Let's talk about Tiki Barber.
What about him? I see Rondé twice a year. I don't need to see him.
Well,
I got my barber feel every year.
All I want to say is he should have taken a lesson from MJ. He should have just
He should have took a lesson and not ran his mouth when he retired. That's what happened. That's why the Giants won the Super Bowl. It wasn't because they were better than the Patriots.
Did you not learn anything?
It's because
from
Tiki said Eli
leaving and then coming back.
Tiki said Eli would never lead that team to a title. And what happened? They beat the best team in the history of football.
I say Tiki.
And now Tiki's like,
find something else to do.
He can't even take his ball and go home because he left him in the clubhouse.
What about our Chad Ochocinco now with Bill Belichick?
Okay.
If his head can fit in the stadium,
Wes Welker is still the best receiver on that team. By far.
I say the only issue is if his head can fit in the stadium.
Chad Ochocinco did not get hooked on phonics as a child.
I think he will be a great addition to the system if he can become a part of the system. If not, then it's going to be the Chad show.
It's Randy Moss version 2.5.
Wow. All right, let's move on to the wide receiver, Lee Evans. What do you think?
I think he's going to do it. Even though they lost Ty Heat, it'd be better. If they had Ty Heat, it would have been better because he is a solid number 2. He's not a number 1. He is a solid number 2. Bolden now, you can't double team him. Lee Evans was getting double teamed and was still making catches. Yeah, watch out for that.
Well, I think with his speed and his good hands.
He is 30, so he don't have too much speed.
Well, I'm just saying.
He has football speed. We'll say that.
Wow. Is there any different kind of speed?
Yeah, you got cheetah speed.
And, okay, I'm going to let that
And you got my kind of speed, which is like slow motion.
But I think he still would be. He's going to be a good wide receiver.
He is. He's going to be. He's a solid number 2.
Effective. He's agile.
70 receptions.
70. Wow.
70.
You're going to claim that?
I'm going to claim it because I got him on one of my teams.
He said that.
70 receptions. I need that. At least 5 touchdowns. Because he's my flex player.
My pick for the breakout player of the week is Calvin Johnson, wide receiver of the Detroit Lions.
You just have to think for him. How can you be a breakout player if you're already one of the top receivers in the league?
Because I like him. I like the dynamic between him and Matt Stafford. You know, Matt Stafford has a year.
By the way, that's 2 Georgia boys on that team.
Exactly.
Doing it.
Red Clay in the house. But I like him as a player. Even when he played back in college, he was a good playmaker. He's a long ball receiver. So, you know, he'll be stretched out, going and falling into the end zone.
We used to beat him all the time.
Who is we?
Bulldogs. Believe it. No, my breakout player is going to be a real breakout player. It's not going to be somebody who's already in the league. It's going to be somebody that's going to come in and is going to do their thing.
He has love for the rookies.
It's Julio Jones. Who else would it be? Come on.
I can't deny that.
Did you watch the playoff game?
I did.
I mean the preseason. Did you watch him?
When I was awake, I did watch the,
Okay, because he turned like a 5-yard slant into a 25-yard game. It was amazing.
Well, let's see him. Well, that was preseason, and remember, the preseason is kind of like training camp, or what's it?
He ran a 4.3 on a broken foot, right?
On a broken foot?
Yeah, he had a break in his foot. 4.3.
So
6'3".
Breakout player.
Julio.
At Sidelines, we want to help you build the best possible lineup for your fantasy football team. And we have the fantasy football guru to my right. So with the help of Yahoo Sports, we would like to talk about some players that you should have drafted and that may make or break your team this season. Phillip Rivers.
He's on my squad. He's right there. He is right there.
On which one?
That I can't say that one. It's not PG.
I just say Hall of Famer hands down.
Hey, he led the league. He was what? He led the league in passing yards, I believe, last year. He beat Peyton by like 10 yards.
Yeah. So I think with Peyton out of the picture, Phillip will get even more.
The only one he got to worry about is Tom Brady. That's the only one.
The kin of the NFL. All right, wide receiver. We've already said it. My breakout player, Calvin Johnson. Enough said.
Roddy White.
Oh wow.
Roddy.
Over Calvin?
Roddy was number 2. Calvin was number 5 last year. Roddy White.
I said it here.
Roddy White.
Calvin Johnson.
Now with Julio on the other side. Roddy White.
Adrian Peterson.
You know what? I have to actually take some stuff back I said about him. I called him a fumble machine. He only fumbled 1 time last year.
One time, okay.
1 time, but he still had 13 fumbles the year before, so he's still.
Well, it's called improvement.
That is an improvement.
That's
but
an improvement.
He's not my runner.
Would you have drafted him?
No, I drafted Chris Johnson.
Well, okay.
I had a chance. I had the number 1 pick. I took Chris Johnson.
Why did Chris Johnson? Anyway.
It don't matter if you want it. Get paid, homie.
True. Jason Witten, Romo's go-to man.
I don't pick any Cowboys.
Why? Well, that's a good dynamic.
You want to know why?
They seem to have a real good rhythm with one another, and when they're on, they're on.
But Romo didn't play last year. He broke his.
He's all broke up. But these quarterbacks are broken up. All right, a kicker. They don't even want pants.
Hey, guess what? See, you weren't here last year. What's my rule on kickers? It's no point. Just run a 2-point. Just run a 2-point conversion and get it over with.
You get hit with the penalty.
I don't think even on a fan. I don't think I have a kicker on this team. No, I don't have a kicker.
Okay, but Sebastian Janikowski.
I'm surprised he hasn't eaten himself out the league yet. Because he looked like he eat 4 pigs.
But he has an accurate foot.
I'm telling you, he get kicked out of all you can eat buffets. I'm
just saying.
He's too big.
Kickers have no pants. All right. What about the top-ranked defense? I have to say Pittsburgh. I mean, they're aggressive.
But they're also old.
But for their age, they are still aggressive. The blitz on with them, you can just forget.
And their top linebacker just went out with a back injury. They're about to get exposed.
No, I still think they have enough depth in their defense to be able to handle anybody that's out.
I'm about to shock the world.
Oh, goodness.
The Falcons had the number 7th ranked defense last year.
Okay, what are we claiming? 7. Are we claiming something other than them staying 7? All right. In addition to grabbing our attention on the field, the NFL always grabs our attention off the field, and we never can start a season without drama or without talking about the NFL lockout. Now, did this hurt the players? Will this hurt the season? What do you think?
It hurt the rookies the most.
Yes, because the preseason was the veterans stretching.
Not the smart ones that was actually staying outside the training facility waiting for that lockout to end, and then when it ended and it came back on, they had already got in and got their playbooks.
Right, but you notice what some of the veterans did. They held those practices themselves.
The Falcons did, and the Saints.
And Indianapolis did as well. Peyton and
that's not going to help right now.
His center Jeff Saturday also held Cam's, but I don't think. I think that was designed just for the veterans to come back and to kind of get reacclimated, but it did really leave the rookies out, and I don't think it gave them an opportunity to really showcase their talent.
Unless they're all-world rookies, like.
Well, Cam Newton's a rookie. You know he got some players.
Cam Newton is about to be exposed when the grunt.
Wow.
He's about to be exposed.
Well, let's save that. We'll talk about that.
I know you love Cam Newton, but he's about to be exposed.
I don't love Cam Newton. He played for Auburn.
He's
Georgia boy who defected. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I do think that the lockout was detrimental to the season. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out since this is just week 1. My must-watch game of week 1, Panthers-Cardinals.
Why?
Cam Newton!
He got highlights on YouTube. You watch him all the time.
But I haven't seen him since the draft, and so
I've seen
I
him
need
in
to see.
preseason.
But no, honestly, the reason I want to see is because they toyed with whether Clausen was going to.
Clausen couldn't start a B team.
I'm just saying, you have this high-profile rookie quarterback. It's different from college. The stage is bigger. Do you go with what is?
You got, that's what it is. You
do you
pop
go?
out here.
No. Do you go with what's solid with veteran, or do you go with?
Wait a minute, did you just say Clausen is a veteran? Really? You want to retract that statement?
Cam Newton.
Thank you. No, not.
Ball out, boy.
My must watch, of course, is the Falcons at Chicago Bears.
Really?
It's starting our road to the Super Bowl.
No.
Started.
And why do you pick
Because
them?
I have friends who are Bears fans. We make bets every year, and again, I'm going to win this year.
Okay, remind me where they're playing again.
At Soldier Field, we already beat them there a couple times.
Remind me where they're playing again.
Guess what? It's not 12 degrees.
Okay. Just remind me
It's an
where
outside
they're
game.
playing
It's an
again.
outside game.
All right.
It's the same degrees in Soldier Field it is in Flowery Branch.
Go Cam.
You mean carburetor? I'm sorry.
As we leave you with our own final thoughts.
You can go first.
Thank you, ladies.
Since you're new. Now you're new. It ain't about ladies.
I'm a rookie this year. All right, my final thought for you this week 1. If the foot don't fit up your aspirin, then it's not meant to be there.
She actually had me go out. Ooh, we got it. So
Think about that.
I was about to scream out PG.
Think about it. Think about it.
It's still like crack.
Gerard.
Huh?
Your final thought.
My final thought is more of a medical fact.
Medical fact.
It has been proven that the person who has the most birthdays lives the longest. That's a fact.
We'll see you next week.
I'll be here. I don't know about this one. I might go find Jimmy. He's up there shucking corn in Idaho somewhere.
Gotta love him.
Who, Jimmy?
No, you.
Oh, okay.
Gotta love you.
Bust out it. What?
Enjoy.
Now, to the quarterback right now.
Shawty, here we go. Time to watch my favorite show. Every Saturday I'm tuning in. Everybody know Jimmy Fair, what it do? You know that's the host. We on the 50-yard line, 50 more to go. My sideline TV on repeat. Win the Super Bowl and never leave my fantasy. And if you gotta work, well, you should call off. They not like pre-song shout that they don't fall off. Here we go. It's time to tune in. 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 Here we go. Here we go. It's time to tune in. 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 It's time to tune in.